What's up, Evil Dead fans? I'm going to show you guys a video here on the progress on Bricknick Slab House's Comic-Con safe working Evil Dead chainsaw. I decided I'm going to go with the more of the cabin scene one just because he's got quite a big hand, so I need a bigger top. So I'm going to go with that one. And yes, it will have the gaps from the cabin scene from Evil Dead 2. But I had a message in the comments from Master Laughs 2.0. His grandpa's going through second surgery, and all my prayers go out to him. And you know, as a fellow Evil Dead fan, I prayed for his grandpa for a speedy recovery. And you know, if you guys get the time, you know, no matter what religion or color or creed or whatever you believe in, you know, if you could give him support, that would be great. And like I said, I prayed for him already, and I plan on doing it again. But if you guys could do the same, give him support. And we all know how hard it is when you have a family member at an older age, a grandpa going through surgery, or a grandma, how much more problematic it can be. So please give him the love and support that you guys give me when I need it as well. But with that being said, I'll show you guys the progress on Bricknick Slab House's chainsaw hand. Hey Evil Dead fans, here's some of the first steps I've taken into making a Comic-Con safe Evil Dead 2 chainsaw hand. Now, I really wanted to make a flat top one for this, but the person I'm making this for, my friend Bricknick Slab House, he's a pretty big guy, and he towers over me. I'm sure he could thump about anybody he wanted to. So I'm actually going to have to make an extended top for this, the cabin scene from Evil Dead 2 version, because I'll have to move my handle back because this motor's in the way. So it's going to be back here, and my hand barely clears, so I will have to make a raised top for this. But there's going to be components from the work shed and the cabin scene put together. Like I'm going to have the work shed exhaust. I'm going to have the work shed strap on the side. Other than that, it's mostly going to be the cabin version. And so what I did is I took this toy that most everybody uses. I don't use toys, so I don't do that. If you use that, it's fine with me. It's just up to you and what you can do and what you're allotted to use to make it. So I had to dismantle it, take all the screws out. These two are fake. Found that out the hard way. And once you have that dismantled and you want to take the chainsaw bar off, you're going to have to dismantle that completely. There's a hidden bolt behind this panel that's connected to this. You got to dismantle it. There's a ton of little screws on this side here. You have to take those off. There's like a bolt nut system right here. You're going to have to take that off. And then undo that bolt back here that's connected to here. Then you have to reattach this back together. Now that can be a pain in the butt. Now there's a wheel up here, there's a wheel back there on the inside. What you want to do to reattach that is you want to fit this side with this side back in its slot. You want to make sure the chain is against that inside little wheel. Attach this, realign your chain here, because there's like a grooves on the inside that it slides against. Realign that and put all those little individual screws back in. Now if you see what I have right here, this is actually a Super 2 body. It's not a Homite XL. I'm just doing it because I got the body just a little bit cheaper than an XL, and I'm not going to use my plastic bodies for this. So just not what I'm going to do. Those have a different purpose altogether. So what I did is I made this bracket here that curves out and comes up. I'm gonna have to cut it a little more here. And with the body curve, my bend didn't come out the way I wanted it to, so I'm just gonna use spacers on the bottom to make sure this is correct where it's sitting. The battery pack will be connected to this side of the body, and with the speaker, I'm actually gonna cut this off, extend the wiring out, and attach it over here. And I'm gonna use a lot of ABS foam for this one. I'm not gonna make a big block piece for it. And then this exhaust piece will cover up the speaker, but you have enough holes and stuff in it, you're gonna get a lot of the sound back out of it. Now, like I said, I'm gonna have to make a custom top for it. It's not gonna be anything like Ash vs. Evil Dead. It's gonna be basically to this line right here. And this cuff will actually just be sitting against it versus inserted. I wanna get more of the Evil Dead 2 look. It's gonna be super gritty, super cool. I would say with all the costs right now, I mean, basically what I've spent is probably about 30 bucks. But if you don't have the toy yet, and you don't have a body, and you don't have the metal and stuff, you're looking about 130 bucks right there, 140 bucks, right in that range. It just depends on really what you have. I mean, if you don't have the ability to make one out of this, you can always do this. A lot of people do it, but I prefer to do something like this, and it looks great so far. So this handle is actually going to be moved back to about this spot here, and the trigger is actually going to be slotted inside toward the top. So the pull cord will still work. So if you want to, you can grab that pull cord, pull it, hit the trigger, and there it goes. And it works. And I've seen Sam Burge, he did one of these toy ones, and he actually wired up the, took the trigger off and wired it up to his toggle switch, so he just turned on his toggle switch. I didn't want to do that because, I mean, it's a great idea, but I didn't want to have Brick having to push that toggle switch every time. I'd rather him have a trigger inside, you just hit it, you're just golden. And by the way, this idea to do this was 100% Gothman's. He knew I was going to do something like this and said, hey, why don't you just put all the stuff into a HomeLight XL? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. But yeah, this is 100% him on his idea of what to do with this. But this is going to be a Comic-Con safe Ash vs. Evil Dead chainsaw hand that actually works. So that's the first steps for this. Take everything apart. If you have a body and it's not cut up, you can watch past videos of mine. It shows you how to cut it up. Make yourself a bracket. Like that. Get that fitting right. Make sure your clearance for your battery pack is perfect. So this piece, part of the motor, is not too far forward, or else this won't fit. You'll have to actually pull this out further, and it'll be in the way with your other half of the body. There's a little bit of clearance there, but not a lot. But that's the first steps right now. And right now I'm actually going to start working on the cuff, getting that finished up. And I'm going with the, you know, the straight Evil Dead 2 style. I'm actually going to cut this up and make it fit way better because it's way too skinny. So I'm going to have to make a custom cuff with it as well. Till next time, you guys have a great day. Bye.